because Conspiracy was one of the most popular balls in the history of Radical, for good reason. It's just so much more ball from right there. It's just so crazy. What's up, guys? BrunsNick's back, and it's time to reintroduce one of the most popular bowling balls in Radical's history, the Radical Conspiracy. Now, this ball gets a technology boost with HK22 and DynamiCore around the core. So I can't wait to see what the updated version does on the lanes for me with SPECTO running. But before we get to that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what the Radical Conspiracy does for me. All right, we're talking about the Conspiracy, Radical Conspiracy. It's got HK22 wrapped around the original Conspiracy core. Numbers haven't changed one bit. 2.487, 056, 021 intermediate. Now we're bowling on Crown Jewel, my typical house shot, 43 feet, about 23 units. Nothing crazy about this pattern, something you'd see at your home center. And we're just gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna throw some shots out, I'm gonna move in, that's how these reviews work. I got SPECTO running and we're gonna look at data along the way. So let's check it out. This is it, that's the one. All right, so we start out, everybody asks me kind of where do I stand. I stand 15 to start. Usually I got like a 5-board drift, somewhere in there left. I always walk like left 5 boards, but let's try it out. First shot, hopefully it's a good one. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty strong. First impressions of that is the yellow really stands out against the black. So that kind of tricked my eye. It looked like it was revving up right away and going. Obviously, it still held pocket. Crunched the pins pretty hard. So flare, I think what you can expect from this ball, just like the last one, ton of flare. I mean, flare rings are very, very wide separated. You know, probably getting about 6 inches of flare on this one. Let's try it out again. That was a very good first impression there. Black bowling balls, has there ever been a bad one? I don't think so. Better shot off my hand. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna like this one. You know, typically, I kind of know after the first maybe 3-4 shots whether I'm gonna really like a ball or not, and it's hard not to like this one. I love the original. It's been, gosh, what, like 5 years since the original came out, but these are the kind of bowling balls that go in the bag and they become the first ball out of your bag, especially if you bowl on any kind of heavy oil. That's the thing, like most people don't see a lot of heavy oil till they go to like state tournament, national, stuff like that. But some people bowl on lanes where they need a little help, and these where these balls come into play. All right, I'm gonna move 5 left, so we'll be standing 20 now. We'll give it just a little bit of a swing now. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Got it in just a little bit where I wanted. Almost got the messenger off a bad hit. You know, get miss in after a move in. That was always my thing. And are we gonna leave an 8-pin? I don't know. Hope so. I leave 8 pins all the time, right? So I'm the 8-pin king. All right. Can't lie, a little sore today. Been bowling a lot lately and doing a lot of work around the house. It's starting to get warm in Michigan. That's better. Yeah. Just gotta feed it to that dry. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, this ball does traction in oil pretty well. But in my experience here, especially on this lane, that my target's always gonna be around 5 board. If I can get to the 5 board at my break point, I'm golden. All right, let's throw one more in that spot. Kind of went flat 10, high flush. This thing's doing a lot of work. Might need a piece of tape. We'll find out. I think I do. That's always one of the best adjustments, you know? You feel like you're squeezing just a little bit, put another piece of tape in. Great shot. Yep. That's the difference between flat 10 and kicking out that 10, is between that shot and 2 shots before, that had to have been about a board and a half at the break point. So that's all the world of difference when it comes to hitting the pins and carrying 10. So kick 10 versus flat 10, that's it. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape in. All right. We got that piece of tape in, should feel a lot more snug. I'm gonna go ahead and move 5 more left. So yeah, we're standing on 25. It's really important to not squeeze the ball. When you find your grip pressure going up, just add tape. It's out wide. Oh, here it comes. Get it. All right. I probably sent that to like 4-3 board, somewhere in there. Yeah, so where do I think this ball is going to fit in? You know, I don't know that this ball is going to be the ball that you go to later in a block. I don't know. I mean, with that high intermediate diff, 021, it wants to create a sharp response off that spot. But HK22 Plus, I mean, it's a strong cover. And when you get into an ace in like this, it wants to read the friction and be quick. Oh, it's going high. Yeah, I read that off my hand. So it's really easy to read. You know, this ball is very responsive to minor changes I'm making. You know, I know right off my hand whether the ball is going to go high or not, or kind of needs to hurry up. So it's kind of like I never missed a beat with the original Conspiracy, because that ball was in the bag all the time. That ball was the first ball out of the bag at Nationals. This one might be the same. I bowl in June. All right. So we've gone 10 pin, 4 pin. I think I got a little slow with that one, but it was in a good spot. Hook. Yeah, all right. Got it out early, but I didn't try to hit on it, try to do too much to it. So I think I could throw one more shot in that zone. I don't think I've really thrown a good one, but I've been around the pocket. Bowling balls that flare a lot, you either love them or hate them. But that's where you can get versatile with this ball, because you can go lower pin layouts to narrow the flare a little bit. That way it's a little bit more controllable. You can keep it in front of you longer. That's my best. Oh. All right, I'm gonna move in from there. I thought that was a pretty good shot. Probably a little bit inside the target from the last one. I didn't get it out as early, but I felt that was a good shot. Kind of got down the lane pretty easy. So as I move in, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments, I think, with my hand position, get around the side of it more, but we haven't seen the 8 pin yet. So we'll move 5 more. We'll be 15 left. Starting to really get in through the oil. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to keep around the side of it more, get that ball really to change direction. Come on, ball. Ah, yeah, sent that out way too wide. It's one thing you can't do when you move in, is just sending it out the wide. I mean, with a high differential ball, high performance cover, you know, the ball's gonna wanna burn up. It's gonna encounter friction early and roll forward. That's what we saw there. So my adjustment for that is obviously not throw it out to 3 board, 2 board, wherever that got out to, but keep the ball in play, more in the oil. Like I said, just mess around with that hand position. Don't launch it so far right. Like that. Man. Okay, starting to labor a little bit. You know, these big ASIMs, you know, especially a solid, they're not always meant to cover the most boards. They definitely hook a lot, and they help the players that are more speed dominant. When you're looking at a ball like this, it's not a ball to go coast to coast with. It can get back, but it just misses a little bit of the energy it needs to strike and get through the pins. So I thought that was in a good spot. I'm gonna bring the speed down just a little. Wrap 10, all right. Yeah, it's not really liking this deeper inside angle, not at all. You know, it's having trouble, what we call kind of closing the bow, where you open up those angles, the ball has to get back. So it's definitely sharp off the spot, but like we talk about a lot on our podcast on quick response versus slow response. Quick response uses a lot of energy very quick and makes that change of direction sharp, has more of a tendency to roll forward, and that's what I think we're seeing. But Mama didn't raise no quitter. So I'm gonna get this ball through the pins, see what it takes. Just close the angle up a little bit. Yeah. All right, so I got it through the pins. Slight bit of deflection, you know. That's kind of what you're gonna get, I think. And I think we're gonna see it even more when we move in 5 more and we're 20 left. We're gonna move 5 more left. We're gonna be 20 left now. Really covering boards. See what we got. That's in the oil. Oh! Call that a little DynamiCore hit. And I tell you what, this ball could probably use more surface. I think this is one of those bowling balls where you can add more surface. You know, I had a box 500, 2000. It's not the dullest ball. It's not even looking like the dullest ball. So I think you can add surface and still get that length. One more shot from here. Let's get through the pins. Come on, ball. All right, yeah. I just don't think that's the right ball playing further in. You know, the ball looks better playing straighter angles. Hits a lot harder, reserves a lot more energy for that shot. So I'm gonna move it back to where I felt the best on this ball, which is gonna be that 5-board move left, playing straighter. I'll throw one more shot for y'all before we wrap this one up. So we got a lot of requests. Actually, Phil got a lot of requests for this ball to come back, because Conspiracy was one of the most popular balls in the history of Radical, for good reason. It's just so much more ball from right there. It's just so crazy. So that's it. That's my review of the Radical Conspiracy. Has some technology upgrades like we talked about. HK22 plus, DynamiCore wrapped around the outer core. So if you have any questions, comments, put them below. Please check out my merch. The link is in the description. And as always, if this helped you in any way, please subscribe. Talk to you guys soon. See you guys later.